Shephard from the Shephard Family Enterprise Business Administration Information Systems Consultings. And what I'm basically doing today is I'm going over a few things concerning um, creating a business mindset. And this is part of my topic, business mindset session. And what I want to do today is basically um, inform or teach how to set up some type of training course guideline. And in this, there are a couple of steps that need to be considered. All right. And in order for it to take place, first of all, we must understand the fact that we must have some type of objectives. All right. So, in these objectives, we must be able to identify exactly what we want to do, how we want it done, and um, what will be the steps, all right, to initiate these things to ensure that we can keep things moving along. Okay. Um, I have been looking at quite a few things, and what I'm going to do basically, I'm going to switch over, okay, to what I'm trying to uh, go over with everyone and, um, and to find out exactly where we need to be at and how we can go about moving from one phase to the next, okay? Or develop some type of concept where it's that we can do some type of preparation, all right, before we go into any phases, all right? Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to switch over to my screen. And this is Note 1. Um, Note 1 is an excellent tool that I've been using for a long time. And I really think that those of you who have either used um, OneNote uh, in the past, there's a lot of different project managing tools they have right now that's more complex or more versatile, anything like this. But just to start off with something, just to start off with some type of idea, I really think that the first thing you need to do is set up some type of structured process that you would like to um, work towards. All right. So by having some type of structured outline, project outline, as far as how you're going about working with your team, how you're going about training them to make sure or to ensure that they understand exactly what's needed in order for them to obtain the things that are needed to complete goals. You must allow them to get in on this brainstorming and allow them to come up with some type of ideal how they can manipulate this whole process utilizing the tools that you have in place and groom these different ideals so that it benefits them. Now, the ideals that they try to create have to be in sync with the overall process within your company. So if someone, if you, okay, put it this way, if you have a structured ideal, which I call initiatives, if you have a structured initiative and you want these new trainees or individuals or people that you incorporate into your business to follow a pattern of steps in order to obtain clients and get new contractors or close deals, anything like that, you have to have a list of initiatives, directives, and objectives. Okay. Now, within these objectives, you have to complete the whole process with a presentation. And then basically, the presentation only allows the customer or the client or the person that's in this training session to be able to utilize all the information that they have and present it to everyone as a closing to let them know this is what we have accomplished. This is how we went about getting to this point. This is what we need to complete whatever we need to do. These are the basic costs and things of this nature. So once this is developed, now there may be other things that you may impose into this whole synopsis of information, but the initial step is getting something on paper so that you can follow. You can increase the dialogue of the information. You can basically reduce it, but put as much information as you can in there, but try to keep it as simple as possible. And then you can expand it as you start working with your team. Okay. So this is the first part of it. As you see here, I have initiatives, I have directives, and then I have objectives. Okay. Now, I did not write down any objective steps yet because I'm still working on that at this particular time. What would be objectives? You can't create objectives until you know what your initiatives are, and you cannot create um, you cannot create your objectives until you know what your directives are. Okay. Once you establish what your directives are, then you, based on your directive, you create your objectives. And then from your objectives, you create your tasks. And from your tasks, each task, depending on what level of the task it is, a task can be a project. It can be a project. It depends on how big it is. It can be something small, it can be big, it can take 2 months, it can take 2 weeks. It depends. It depends on the group. So, and then once you create these tasks, then you go about and distribute these different things. And then at the end of the gathering of information, some type of an idea of how they're going to go about accomplishing it, they create some type of presentation at the end of the whole fact gathering process before they go out and try to utilize it. Okay. Now, another thing that I have not actually included yet, which this is just the first phase of it. I'm going to create a second phase. I'm going to put this video on pause. Once I put this training video on pause, I will come up with some more different tools and everything like that, putting out some more information. Then we continue on. Okay? So stand by. Okay, so now we are back inside of my project, Microsoft Teams. Okay, and basically what we're going to do, like I was describing before, uh, any project, okay, have to have initiatives. Okay, before you pursue anything, you have to have initiatives, and within these initiatives, you have directives and objectives. All right. And what I'm going to go into, I've been pretty much bouncing around with these different things um, about what my view as initiatives are and what my view of what directives are and what my view of objectives are. Okay. So, in retrospect, my view of initiative is the purpose. The purpose of this session is to promote generalized idea of initiatives that will lead to successful training project listed directives. Okay, within these confinements, listed directives, there will be a list of steps that will be taken to promote a successful guided outline that will be initiated to completion. So All this means is that whenever we come up with an idea, no matter what it is, we must create an initiative. Why are we doing this? Which will be the directives. Once we have a list of directives, a list of directives can take 1 day, 2 days. You can have a summarized version. You can modify it as you go, anything like that. But the end result is that you must have a list of directives. And a list of directives are a group of rules that must be either followed or viewed as a normal process of steps that need to be taken to serious consideration in order for tasks or processes, steps to be completed. Okay? Now, objectives are a group of listed steps that need to be obtained or met before an organized ideal can be obtained or modified. So, this whole process only tells you one thing. Before you walk into any type of task or whatever you may come up with, you say, okay, I want to create this different thing. Let's do this, let's do that. First thing you need to do is create some type of initiatives. And your initiatives could be uh, a list of directives, and the directives just detailed outline of what you are going to do. And you don't want to be going to the left or the right. You want a group of detailed outlines of what you're going to do. Now, and once you create these initiatives and then you do your objectives based on the initiatives, initiatives could be one thing, it could be multiple things based on a project. You can have multiple initiatives based on whatever project. Your project will be broken down into steps. And then you say, okay, within these initiatives, the outcome is going to be this. These are the directives. The directives are we have to have these qualifications. These qualifications have to be met. These training processes have to be met. We need to train these people to this, train people to that. We want to make sure the people are able to get to wherever they need to be. These consultants or contracted personnel must have reliable transportation to get out to the different locations. They must have cell phones, must have laptops. These are the directives. Okay. Now, once you establish those directives and it's been voted upon, you cannot go beyond that unless that person is paired with someone who has it. And that person will be that person's teammate. And that teammate will be responsible for that person and vice versa. You do not want these two individuals that are lacking one to the other thing, and we talk about directors now. When you do your directives, you will tell them exactly what are the limitations within the directives, within those initiatives, within the project. Now, the objectives would be once they start on the directives, the process will be what we're going to do first, who we're going to meet with, and things of that nature. All right. So, uh, we have the directives, we have the initiatives, okay, we have the objectives. Okay, now the objective, the initial process, excuse me, the initial purpose of for these implemented directives are to ensure all steps created are completed and order processes are followed until the end of the task and project phase. Now, within the Shephard enterprise, we have implemented these directives so that if any breakdown of any initial steps that are viewed or there's errors or any revision if necessary, they can be corrected. Okay. Now, these corrective actions may have a list of variables. And what I mean by that, if we need something corrected and we take corrective action, on these different variables, we must make sure they in line with our deadline, okay, or the task that we want to implement. All right. The next thing is our objectives. Now, I kind of like pulled around with this initial process right here as far as objectives are concerned. But what I want to do is give you an overview of what to this point, okay, of my perspective of what objectives are. You can create your own objectives, but this is an ideal that's incorporated into the Shephard Enterprise LLC. Objectives are a list of tasks that will be initiated by one team member or group of team members that will be used to determine assignment and ending results assigned to a person or group of people. So the objectives would be we'll get 6 people. These people work on these projects, these tasks, and these are the steps they would take. And through these different means, we will be able to approach the task with confidence. All right. So those will be the initial objectives. And there will be a list of tasks. Each objective will be assigned to a team. And the team will come up with tasks where we can, and they will come with us, they will come to us as a group, in a group meeting, and say, okay, well, these are the things that we found out. We have these different variables. These are the tasks that we assign A, B, or C person, and we'll write out some variables based on that, and there's some objectives and some objectives pertaining to each segment of these tasks assigned to these individuals. And once we have come up with these different variables and assign these tasks and write out the details of what needs to be done to gather all the information we need, then what we would do, we'll have another meeting, and then we will discuss with the group exactly who's responsible for what. Then we get with our individual teams, and then we work on these tasks. Okay. The next one are tasks. Okay. And these tasks, which in segment is completing the mission. That is the overall view of a task. Completing the mission. That is the mindset. Completing the assignment, completing the mission. Okay, now, what are tasks? Tasks are a group of systematic process steps designed to implement or ensure that all or most objectives are completed in their assigned length of time. Okay, now, the design of the task depends on the initial idea of what is needed to ensure the successful completion of all objectives. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to back up off of this a little bit, and I'm going to try to get more information based on design effectiveness. And then once I do that, I will come back and then we will continue on with this training session. Okay? Okay, so where we are right now, like I said, I went over a couple of things concerning our database. And okay, this is the training session on our 1B. Okay, and what we basically going to be doing, we're going to be going over some things on our OneNote. And what we were doing before, we were going over some tests and some objectives. We were basically looking at some of our project as far as our guidelines and everything like that. Okay, so I got a couple of things open here, so that I've been doing a lot of research on a lot of different things that I've done over the years. So I want to make sure that these things are sort of like closed out. Okay, so well, you won't be able to see them anyway, but still, um, I inadvertently opened up a lot of different things because I was trying to find something, um, which are not really, it's not really needed, but hey, there. So if I can close a lot of these notebooks out. Close. Closing these notebooks out. And what I'm going to do, basically, I'm going to go ahead and share with you exactly. Well, let me close these notebooks out first, and then we can pretty much get started. Okay. I got some things in here that I want to see. So, how's everyone doing today? Today is the 13th of November, um, 2023. It's a beautiful morning today. It's about 11:37 a.m. and it's looking good outside. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this session here. All right, so what I am going to do right now, basically, I am going over my initiatives. Okay, and like I was saying before, is that in this whole process, okay, whenever we are trying to create some type of fundamental ideal, okay, create some type of structured goal. All right, we had to have some type of initiatives, okay. And what we discussed initiatives, directives, objectives, tasks, and the training. Okay, so the last thing we was talking about the objectives, and there's a lot of different types of objectives. Okay, now um, I'm going to throw some things out there, whether or not you may see them as a tool for yourself. But um, when you have your directives, okay, once you create your directives and you say, okay, I'm going to create XYZ company, all right, and you say, okay, what are the initiatives? Initiatives are, well, these products are available to me, and these clients or these customers, and and this is what they want, and these are the people that I'm talking to, and these are the connections I have. Okay, the objectives are, okay, I'm gonna have meetings with these individuals, and I'm going to um, set up some type of structured presentations and things like that. Okay. And then the task will be, well, okay, once I set up these presentations, I'll do some follow up calls and do some cold calls and things of that nature. Now, once I get these different, once I get these many customers, I'm going to hire some people and then I'm going to train them. And then these are the steps I'm going to do in order to train them. Now, that is where we are right now. Okay. So, um, in the training aspect of what we are looking at, okay, you must understand in the training, you have to create another set of directives, more objectives, and then more tasks. Okay. So, all these things are actually repeating itself. Okay, so when you have tags, you have directives, you have objectives, you have directives, you have training, you have directives. And see, they all will be repeating itself within itself. Okay, and that way you have a structured set of rules that you follow within each description, so that you know that as you check off these different things, you're on track. Now, tasks within these all basically what they do, they set the time and date, all right, that you want to start and what is the assumed time frame that you will actually be ending this session, okay, of training. If you're going to go out and talk to customers, anything like that, you want to have a space and time, what day of the week, the time, within that day that you're going to actually be talking to those customers and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to set these things up so that you don't have to be um, like bleeding information into other parts of your project, okay, or your initiatives. So you have to, span these things out, okay. Now, as far as training is concerned, all right, which and the reason why I'm getting at this, okay, in training, all right, you're gonna have tasks, okay, just like you have here, right? Now, the task is okay. The first thing you have to ask yourself, what are your objectives in training? All right. Now, since I have a business consulting company, my objective is to teach my new consultants how to interact with clients. Okay. So I'm going to put here, I'm going to put number one. And what I'm going to say here is, and I got to make sure I have my other one up because I want to make sure that I am in tune with what I'm doing and making sure. Okay. So, number one, I would put ensure that company business consultants are properly informed. Okay. So, and that could be with your employees. Okay. You want to make sure uh, your your employees are properly informed. And you want to say informed of what? And you have to figure out exactly what you want them informed of. All right. So one thing you want them to be informed of is number one, you want them to be informed of let me bring this over. You want them to be informed of um let's say quotas. Okay. All right. All right. So a quota is basically a designated a percentage number value. Okay, um, is a designated nated number value given to um, personnel so that goals can be met for company. All right, company expectations. Okay, so the first thing is setting the quotas, right? And you're going to find out that a lot of people are not going to want to, you know, a lot of people don't want to be bothered, don't want to be, they don't like quotas, right? That's going to be a big turnoff. Okay, but you have to set a quota. You have to give them some type of idea. Hey, listen, okay, we have to allow our people to see that we must let our people know, or we must inform our people what's going on here. Um, we must let our people know that there are things that need to be met. Okay, there are conditions that need to be met in order for us to succeed as a company. Okay, so So what I'm going to put here, I'm going to put down here, and I'm gonna push this over, and I'm going to say expectations. Okay. Uh, to satisfy um, expectations. Expectations. Okay. And expectations. Okay. Maybe expectations that need to satisfy your company's financial goals. I'm gonna say financial goals. Okay. Okay. So it not necessarily have to be financial goals. It can be anything. It can be employment, anything like that. Everything is right at this particular time, at this level. You everything is based on money. If you don't get clients in, you're not going to make any money. All right. So how are you going to do this? Right. Um, Quotas can be based on, and like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it this way. I'm not gonna continue to do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say, um, I can say, well, let me do this. Expectations, under like this, quotas, expectations. Let's say cold calls, cold calls. What else? It can be direct contact. Okay, it could be direct contact, it could be direct contact. Um, what else? You had to meet so many people, you had to talk to so many people, write down the information. Okay, either on the phone. You want reply calls. Okay, you want reply calls, and you want to also organize meetings, right? You want to have nice um, meetings. Okay. All right. So you got to organize meetings, right? And these meetings would be with potential clients, right? Potential clients. Okay. All right. So organize meetings with potential clients. All right. So by having these organized and quotas, all right, and these different things, the facets of what you're trying to do, you can basically train your people how to meet these expectations. All right. Um, so once you do these different things, you may need additional training. Okay. So, what type of training you probably need? All right. So we're going to say, okay, so we're going to say the types of training. Okay. Number two, we're going to put in here types of training. And we like types of training. And types of training could be a number of different things. Let me go ahead and set this up. I want to make sure that I have. Uh, I just want to make sure I don't want this to be all bunched up like this. I can pretty much um, organize this, but I like doing it for. What is this? This is here. am I at? I was doing it before review. Search space. Okay. I don't know why I did that, but that's okay. All right. So the beauty of this whole thing. Okay. So you have quotas, right? Okay, and like this is going to be 2. Change the number, say 2. All right. So types of training, and I'm going to put let's see. Let's see. Just take this out. Okay. So I'm going to put here. I don't like doing all this, man. This is crazy. Order select. That's okay. So insert space here, and this so that I can let's see 2. Okay, so it's not gonna work that way. It was allowing me to put some space in here, paragraphs, so that you know what I'm saying. For some reason why it's not. Maybe because it was doing it on this other part. I don't like doing this when I am trying to do a tool. Um, insert table text file. Okay. Anyway, um, this is actual application, right? When I was doing it, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch from here, and I'm gonna do it from the actual. Well, I'm gonna leave it alone. So anyway, I'm go from here. I'm go insert. I don't want to have all this stuff here. It's classic. Okay, here you go right here. Okay, so can I pin it? I can pin it. Okay. So here, home, here. Okay, there you go. All right, period. Okay, that's it. All right, so you got types. Okay, you have types objectives. Um, well, excuse me. So I want to go back to training. So you have ensure the company business consultants are properly informed, and they can be informed by quotas. 2 can be, let's see, I'm gonna put 2 in here. 2, um, 2. Never change bullet. Uh, I might have to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna say two, and you have quota, and then the type of training you may want to have can be um, let me see, it can be based on a lot of different things. Okay, so you got to figure out what it is. Okay, because like I said, as far as in our company, our number one training is communication. Okay, and in the communication, which is very important, you have to know how to interact with your customers. There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube and everything like that. You can go out. There's our free seminars. You can go out, paid. Um, have a lot of different paid training sessions, whatever. Okay, but the whole concept is you have to get out there and you have to figure out exactly what you need, and you have to get your people on board with it. Okay, so that's the second thing. Now, um, there are options. All right, there are options for training. Right. Options. Some put here options. Um, so options could be. Uh, let's see. Options can be basically. Um, you can do skits, right? You can set up skits. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, what is a skit? All right. What is a skit? So I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna draw. Insert home. Put here. This is A. So and then I'm gonna push this over. Right. So you're gonna say what is a skit? Right. So I'm gonna go here. Push this over. And I want to make sure when I do this, the paragraph options, after say 1.5 and spacing -1, I think that'd be okay, right? So um, you can set up skits, and that's where one-on-one. These things can be one-on-one type things, that you can do with different people, right? So it's one on one on one training communications. Okay. Communication. Well, training communications techniques, right? Uh, Fastball technique. I see it in my mind, but I can't. Nope, 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 nope. User let me say it. I don't know why they want me to say it. Let me go here. Technique. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the value of, okay, techniques. Okay, communication techniques. One-on-one training communication techniques. All right, and that can be done by a list of different things, setting up different scenarios. Okay, um, setting up scenarios so that the person that you're training can get comfortable with conversating with someone, um, troubleshoot different, um, different strategies as far as how the person is acting overly aggressive or don't want to do it, don't want to be bothered or anything like that. All these things can be set up, before your salesperson or your marketing person that's in training go out. Now we're talking about people who that you're training. Now, people who have experience, of course, you're not going to do this. You can get these personnel in and they can set up their own scenarios so that your trainees and individuals, usually what they do, they take them out with them and they will let them listen to them do sales pitches and communicate with these individuals. And as they get more comfortable, they will let the person test run clients and then be there with them to kind of like um, entertain the whole sale to close it out or get the client into what they want to do without pushing the trainee aside, anything like that, but just give open suggestions. Okay. And then after they finish working with that trainee or the new person that's in marketing or communication, they will critique. All right. They'll critique the person, say, okay, listen, next time you do this, if you see this, you see that, if you experience this, don't do this, don't do that. There's a lot of different things that can take place. All right. So, so these are the things you can do. Like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth into this right now because of the fact that I don't want to um, make this video too long. But um, I will continue on with some other scenarios in another video. I'm going to end this video here. And if you have any questions about anything, you can always reach out to us and let us know. Um, what do you think and how you feel that you can assist us in any endeavors that we may have, anything like that. If you want to join our team, you can contact us. Um, you can you can actually reach us at you can go out to our website or you can call us here and then you can let us know exactly what you're trying to do and we can give you the information you need. We can set up scenarios with you. We can have a discussion with you and see how we can help you or how you can help us in our business endeavors. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And I want you to have a great remaining of your day. Thank you.